Hi guys, Mike Moo here. I am just giving you my first impressions of the Dango, I think Covert Ops or Ops Military Spec wallet. This is not a cheap wallet, but I wanted to try it out because it has some pretty cool things going on with it that are relatively unique in the field of everyday carry wallets. As you can see, I have it pretty much stuffed to the brim. And that means I got like a lot of credit cards or membership cards and stuff in here. But one of the key things that is special about this particular version, and this is optional on their other various wallets, is the tool, right? So there's this little tool here that you can add on to their other wallet. So it fits into this perfectly. It's a multi-tool. As you can tell, I haven't really used it yet. But you got all sorts of things on here that are very useful, I suppose, day to day as well. Particularly, one of the things that I might be using the most of is this little serrated saw, box cutter thing, this little scraper thing, which is basically can also function as a screwdriver. And I suppose if I needed to, I could use this kind of as a weapon. Maybe that's what this is for holding. I'm not completely sure, but this slots in really nicely into a slot right here, which clicks in place. Now, I've seen some other videos real briefly because I was looking at what other people were saying about this just real briefly. It also locks in place, so you can use it like this too, or you can swap this around. There's a metal plate in between that kind of holds the pieces in here fairly well. But if you lock it in place like this, kind of locks, you can just use this as a bottle opener. So that's another one of the things that we'll use. All right, enough about the multi-tool. That's an optional accessory on other packages. It is included in this accessory package. But this is a pretty hefty wallet. The material used here is some sort of synthetic. And obviously, because it's supposed to be military spec, military grade, I expect this to last a bit longer than the leather version. I think leather version is roughly about the same price as well. And I will have links down below for that. This holds a lot. And it is not exactly a thin wallet when you pack it to the brim. All right, so I do have it packed to the brim. And with this little locking mechanism, which this itself is also multi-tool, which I suppose I can just open up also a bottle opener in a pinch, but also this is useful for attaching tripods, tripod foots wherever a coin is. So that is also included in here and also detachable. But this is the locking mechanism that holds it all together. As far as security in terms of cards slipping out by themselves, very unlikely the way I have it packed. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start on this side. There are 3 cards. I actually managed to cram 3 cards in here. Okay, so I got 3 cards in here. Okay, on this front part, right? And then on this side is quick access slot. And here I fit in 2 cards. So I got a metal card in here. Amazon Prime card, and also just one of my Capital One Visa cards in here for quick access. Now, if I also stick in an RFID card here, hotel key card, it also works right here. Like just tap that over on top of the door and it'll open. That's nice. So if you need additional security for your other cards that you don't use as much, there are other slots inside. But below this is kind of like an origami type of thing. There's also space for yet another card or 2 more cards down below. Right, so I don't know if you're keeping count. So 2 more cards down below. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that I stuck in there, and it seems to fit, fairly okay in here. And that's even without opening the wallet. Right now, when we open the wallet, you see this nice silicone band here that is used for holding your cash primarily. What's different about this is that because of the size of this, I gotta fold the bills into thirds to fit the best. I really don't like using cash whenever possible, particularly during this pandemic, but look, I can fit a lot of bills in here. Okay, so this is really helpful when you're in a primarily cash only type of place, like right over here in San Gabriel Valley where I'm at right now. So that slides out. And of course, I mentioned there's this tool. I saw someone make a little sound when you click something open, but I guess I'm just not as cool to be able to do that, or I just have too much stuff in here. All right, this has a pretty unique locking mechanism. See that? I just slip that out and it pops out like this, and it locks in place. And again, earlier where I mentioned that was kind of like a little bottle opener thing. That's useful, I guess, if you're drunk. Just kidding. But This whole piece right here is aluminum. They also have a titanium version. I believe that the titanium version only comes in one color. This is a nice blue color. I like it. And yeah, the paint will come off. Look at that. Okay, so I'll take the tool out. This is actually pretty hefty by itself. Feels like it's solid metal steel construction. And underneath that, I fit in 2 other cards. Okay, so I fit in 2 other cards. These metal cards also fit perfectly fine. You can use a standard card as well. So 2 cards fit in that as well in there. Now, when I see some other slick videos where they show someone, okay, so I'll show you this. They just make that sound. It kind of sounds like when you're operating a gun. So I guess if you're slick about it, I don't know how to do it, but you hear that sound? It's got a distinct like firearms type of security, military spec type of sound when you do that. So that could be pretty satisfying as long as you don't have too much stuff in here. This is a silicone band. I don't believe it wasn't meant to be replaced with a different one, but I suppose you could. All right, and then I forgot that on this side too is another place that you can stick in another card. Over here, I got a hotel key card, which ideally would be put on the outside unless you're afraid of any RFID skimmers. And then, of course, 2 cards on the inside. So if you really want a little bit more security, you could stick about 3 or 4 cards on the inside underneath here, and another 2 or 3 on this side. So I fit a lot of cards in here. It's ridiculous how much I fit in here. And unfortunately, because I've only had this for a short period of time, I haven't really gotten into the groove of it yet in terms of how I'm going to use this as an everyday. Just for now, I just stuffed everything, and I'm really surprised at how much fits in there. I didn't fit everything, but these are easily way more cards than anybody ever uses on any given day. So I suppose if you're traveling and for whatever reason you need to travel with all these cards, you could. That is a fat stack of cards, right? And plus a decently fat stack of cash in here. And I'm definitely not wanting more. And unfortunately, because of that, it encourages you to be able to carry more even though you don't have to, because the weight of the wallet is already pretty weighty. All right, so do I like it? Yeah, I think I do. It's still pretty too early for me to tell whether or not this makes sense as an everyday type of carry thing, but it is definitely noticeable. I think if you want to be noticed when you have the wallet out, people can tell that this is a fairly different type of wallet and basically more of a military or spec ops type of look and feel to it. It's definitely one of the first kinds that I've ever had with such a comprehensive and heavy duty toolkit built in that makes for anybody who owns a gun, makes that type of sound. So if you're into that type of thing, I can highly recommend it. But it is a pretty high price, and while I do think this is one of the most durable wallets I have, it is pretty heavy, and you'll definitely know that it's there, and also pricey. So I'll have links down below on this. I believe this was $150 retail. Now they do have a lot of other different models. This is the only one that I tried. And on top of that, I got this myself just to test it out. Now, if you're interested in this, please check out my link down below. And if you're interested in less technical military spec ops wallet reviews, I tend to want to post those in my other video review channel on YouTube called Everyday Reviews for Everyday Life. All right, that's it for this video. Please give a like, subscribe for more, and let me know what you think. I will probably have a bit more conclusion about what I overall feel about this wallet after I've had even more use out of it day to day. So this is, again, just the first impressions review. And whether or not I keep it, I feel like that's the ultimate question, whether or not I keep this wallet and replace my old tried and true Distill Union wallet. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Catch you next video.